One of the things that I've learned in the last 5 years is that so much of our programming, so much of our unconscious mind is rooted in the body. And people store traumas, shocks, crises, past experiences that are strong, emotional charges, they store those in the body because every time we remember the experience, we're producing the same chemistry in the brain and body as if it's happening. So, the body actually becomes conditioned into the past, and so the body in its resistance is clinging to the known and the familiar, even though we want our future to begin to change. So, if you understand then that you can't think greater than how you feel when you're addicted to certain emotions, or when you've been thinking and feeling in the same cycles and feeling and thinking that you condition your body to become the mind of that emotion, then when feelings become the means of thinking, then for the most part people are thinking in the past. So the body is struggling because it's clinging to the known, because it doesn't trust the unknown, and so some people would rather hold on to their suffering or their pain than take a chance at possibility. Nothing wrong with that, is just becoming conscious of the process. And so when people begin to do this work, the first thing we teach them is about that elegant, generous present moment. And when you're truly in the present moment and you're totally focused, something amazing happens. You forget that you have a body. You forget about the people in your life. You forget about the things you own. Your cell phone, your computer, your car, your home. You forget about where you're sitting, where you need to be, what place you have to go to. And you forget about time in and of itself. You forget, take your attention off of time. And in that moment you become pure consciousness. Now that is the elegant, generous present moment. And when you are truly in the present moment, that intelligence that lives within you and all around you is always present. It's always paying attention. And that's the moment there's an alignment between the subjective consciousness that's free-willed and that objective consciousness of the quantum field. You're looking right in the mirror. So then in order for us to heal our bodies, we have to get beyond our bodies in order for us to change some aspect of our identity or personality. We have to literally forget about ourselves in order for us to change some problem or condition in our life. We have to forget about our present life and forget about the predictable future of the familiar past. And so you can only talk around this concept, but for a person who struggles with creating joy when they feel so much pain, and that they are working on trying to fake it until they make it, my advice is very simple: work on getting beyond yourself. Now there have been so many people in this work that have struggled and analyzed and tried to get beyond themselves and then tried to fake it and did all those things until they finally just followed the instructions and became nobody. No one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. Once you're that pure consciousness, the next question is, as consciousness, can you begin to put your attention on that field? Can you begin to pay attention to it, to begin to become aware of it, to become more aware of it, to experience it, to feel it, to stay connected to it, moment after moment after moment? Now, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So as your consciousness begins to become aware of the consciousness of the quantum field and you're experiencing less separation, remember, separation is three-dimensional reality. My senses fool me into believing you're over there and I'm over here, and there's time and space between us, three-dimensional reality. But as you begin to become pure consciousness, you begin to experience less separation as you begin to put your attention on that field and stay present with it, the infinite space, and tune into it and begin to become more aware of greater degrees of oneness and wholeness. The signature of the unified field, the energy that is organizing everything material, is intelligent love. It is very organized energy that we can only experience